Okay. Michael, thank you for the introduction. So our platform is a mobile marketplace that has now already transitioned into an ecosystem for business-to-business cannabis in our launch market of Oklahoma. Just a little bit on my background. I'm the head of design and strategy for our platform. I come from Food and Drug Administration regulated quality control software for the blood industry in the United States. Can I have the next slide, please? So just a little bit on the market, and I know that Nick talked about this, so I'll skip over it very quickly. We know that there's 47 states that have legal cannabis. It looks like the formatting didn't stick with that slide very well. Oklahoma has had legal medical cannabis, THC, for a year as of last month. We currently have 6,400 licenses, business licenses issued, 200,000 patients in our state, and we're doing $20 million a month in revenue right now in legal cannabis sales in the state of Oklahoma. Kind of the next slide, please. So we kind of identified a couple of problems. First and foremost, in our state, businesses were communicating through social media, Facebook groups, making requests for product on Instagram, in Twitter, cold calling, very inefficient, antiquated methods. We also saw that exposure-wise on social media, many of those pages were being shut down for the businesses that were trying to utilize that. So if a dispensary were to go on and advertise a price per gram, they would have that, not only that post removed, but that page removed. So there's an exposure issue that exists. And then there's data and analytics. So Oklahoma no longer, or hasn't yet, introduced track and trace or seed to sell software. So reporting is actually done through an online form. We understand that there's competition in the space as far as marketplace is concerned, but what we've already done is made the transition from solely just being a mobile marketplace into more of an ecosystem. Can I have the next slide as well, please? So what we did is our application is mobile, iOS, and Android native. Obviously, because of Apple and Google, you can't download the app from the Play Store. But like a lot of enterprise class mobile apps, we do have a way for you to download directly from our AWS server. And what we're focusing on, like I said, at this point, is not only facilitating the transaction, but also delivery management and then in-app lab test hosting. Can I have the next slide, please? So this talks about the ecosystem just a little bit. So one of the things that we offer to dispensaries through a partnership that is already generating revenue for our company is the ability to have a digital screen input into the dispensary. It plugs in directly to Headset, which is a company that hosts digital menus for dispensaries, and then provides content directly to the dispensary clients or patients in the form of a streaming service. That is free for the dispensary, generates revenue for us, also allows us to then market directly to the patients within the dispensary as well. The delivery management piece we're managing much like food delivery. So with Oklahoma, you still have to transport cash back and forth. What we do is we allow the dispensary to place the order to be pushed to a third-party delivery management company. The dispensary can then watch the product be delivered to them in real time, and then there's a corresponding task so they can watch the cash go all the way back to the seller as well. And next slide. Just a little bit about our numbers. So in 4 months, we launched, 5 months, we launched in May. We have 60 active brands on our platform, representing more than 220 products, and we're selling to 200 dispensaries already. We're doing hundreds of connections and transactions on a monthly basis at this point, and we're looking for capital to potentially move into our next market. We're weighing different states. We're also looking for potential strategic partners that can help us expand our ecosystem. Next slide. I just included this slide basically because I want to show you that we run very lean at the administrative side. We're not raising other people's money so that we can pay ourselves a salary. Our management team is not taking salary. At this point, what we want to do is deploy capital strategically for sales, increase the breadth and the support of our platform, and then also provide for ongoing development other functionality that the market demands. And the final slide, I believe. Maybe I don't have another slide. Oh, it's just some contact information. So if you guys want to talk to me, feel free to find me. All my contact information is there. Love to have a conversation with you.
Thanks very much, Adam. Will invite your questions on this?
Yeah.
You perhaps, Jurgen?
Yeah, so there's a lot of competitors on the market, the marketplace space.
Sure.
But my question is more focused, so you're here in Amsterdam, in Europe.
I am.
And what I missed is, are you focused on the American market? Do you have a European model? Because you're focused on dispensaries. So the information I heard, you're really focused on the American market,
Sure.
on the European. And what I'm missing is there something relevant for people here who want to invest in Europe or in the Netherlands?
Absolutely. So my other business is in commercial aircraft trading, and so I'm very exposed to Europe, and I didn't know a lot about the cannabis market here in Europe. What I wanted to do originally was come over and learn a bit about potential investment from Europe coming into the United States or other areas, or potentially explore even international markets for our application. Even if the time may not be right now, it might be down the road.
I have a question. So I know Oklahoma is a very fresh new market, very exciting.
One year old.
Yeah, and I got some friends in Oklahoma that actually give me the information. But do you think something like this, I mean, I expect that in California you will have more competition with systems like this. I understand that Oklahoma it's all new and
Sure.
just emerging is kind of a great place to start this up. But at the moment you start competing with, let's say, companies that are already out for like 5 years in Colorado or California, that might be more difficult.
Yes, so that's, again, I think our key differentiators lie in the fact that we're trying to do more than just be a marketplace. There are the leaflies, the can trades out there that already exist, okay? They stop at being a marketplace. I really want to take our application in more of, I hate to say pharmaceutical, but I want to talk about the hosting of the app results or the lab results in our app. I want to provide access to delivery transport. I know in California, the way delivery works right now is still you have to have an employee of the dispensary or the seller as a member of the transportation team. So I think as we become more connected between services, third party, where you have transportation that has its own license, it's putting together these companies to operate under one platform so that you can manage fleet delivery management, fleet management in the same ecosystem that you can, the actual transaction itself.
And I have to say that I remember when I came in the United States for the first time, I would never have expected Oklahoma.
Yes.
I mean, I thought hell would freeze over before I would see Oklahoma happening, so it's kind of really exciting. You're in a great spot.
It very much is, and one of the things that I thought about was I wanted to introduce myself basically as saying when I was 15 years old smoking cannabis for the first time, I never thought that in 25 years I would be sitting in Amsterdam speaking about legal cannabis from Oklahoma.
Just being an Okie from Muskogee, I suppose.
Bartlesville, but same side of the state, just an hour north. So, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Okay, now we have Kai.